the meeting of the Caryville Board of Mayor and Aldermen to order at this time. Call roll.
Mr. Glenn Smith.
Here.
Ms. Heatherly. Here. Mr. Lawson.
Here.
Ms. Crawford. Alan Smith.
Here.
Mark Stanley.
Here.
Mayor Stanley.
Here. Open prayer. Let's bow our heads. Gracious Heavenly Father, we're thankful to be here today, and we're thankful for our health, dear Father. And we ask you, Lord, to lead us in this business meeting here tonight, Lord, that you would just help us to do the best for our city, our town. Lord, we pray for our country, dear Jesus, as it's at the break of possibly another war. We just ask that you wrap your arms around us and keep us tight, Lord, keep us safe. Be with the people there that are dying, that are losing loved ones. We pray for their families. Pray for shelter and food for them. Lord, our problems are small when we look at theirs. We pray, dear Lord, that you be with them. In your name we pray. Amen. Having give you a chance to look over the minutes from the last meeting. Thank you. I had time to look at the minutes. I had time to look at the minutes. Can we get a motion to accept the minutes as they read?
Make a motion we accept minutes.
Motion's to accept the minutes as read. Can we get a second on that?
I'll second.
Second the motion. Any discussion on this? Not call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly,
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Miss Crawford, Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Brings us to our financial report this time.
In your package, you probably have 3 months there, June, July, and August. I do want to go back and just look at these a little bit closer to make sure we get the June and July taken care of. Also, in the month of June, we had several payments that was out there on hold because we was trying to close out the year.
Year-end.
So that's why the expenditures for that month was as high as it was. So the general fund for the month of June was $343,441.25. Street aid fund $48,910.67. Industrial fund $1,241. Drug fund $10,818.30. Total was $404,370.63. Revenue for that month was $99,598.23. Expenditures was $101,406.81 for a difference of $1808.58. July the 31st, general fund was $391,164.14. Street aid fund was $54,122.23. Industrial fund was $1,246 Drug fund was $10,818.76. Total for the month of July was $457,305.59. Revenue for that month was $103,015.12. Expenditures was $56,869.58. Difference of $46,145.54. Brings us to August the 31st, 2013. General fund, $343,073.75. Street aid fund, $59,664.66. Industrial fund was $1,251. Drug fund was $10,965.23. Total $414,904.15. Revenue for that month was $112,627.03. Expenditures was $161,189.81. Difference of $48,562.78. And that is including where the Blue Pro was paid for that extra expenditure that month.
All right, you've heard the financial report. Is there, when you ready, can you get a motion to accept it as it reads?
I'll make a motion to accept it as read.
Motion has been made. Can you get a second on that?
I'll second the motion.
Second the motion. Any discussion on this? Not call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Miss Crawford. Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Library report to be read. Robin.
In August, circulation was down a little bit, which is a normal thing while everybody goes back to school and settles in and everything. But we still circulated 1,380 items, and we had 1,083 items returned, cleaned, and shelved for a total of 2,564 items that went across our desks. Preschool story time, we had 9 programs with attendance of 201. Our library attendance was 1,006. Our computer use was up quite a bit to 462. We did 44 interlibrary loans, and we added 56 new items to our collections and deleted no items. Our state funds have been released now, so I'm starting to buy for the collections with those monies. And also our county funds were released as well. I began updating our web page. There's a link on there now to the Affordable Health Care Act, which is really, really good. So that's the one that's recommended for people who need information about it. Barbara assembled our new children's computer desk, and we were able to put up our new early literacy computer that we got through the 100% matching grant. And it's a big hit. It's a touch screen, and so now it's the most popular. We got one other one that makes us having a total of 2 computers that are dedicated to early literacy. And it goes across the full spectrum: reading, science, math, and there's some others I can't remember right now. It is really, really good. Goes up to about ages 7 or so. That's all I've got.
All right. Good news. Good news. More computers. All right. Thank you, Ms. Robin. Citizens input.
I'd like to ask a question. I see where you've blacktop loop road, but you're still going to do School Road and the Y, right?
Well, we are trying to do, I think we're going to do the Y for sure. And we're going to try to make an effort to do the school road. Eventually, the county, my understanding, was supposed to try to help us a little bit on that.
I thought those were already scheduled. I just wondered what schedule, how you were going to do them. But I thought both of them was on schedule already.
The loop road was on schedule, and the Y, we've not made any commitment to the school road yet, but we're waiting on the Y that goes up to Jacksboro. Dennis Potter is going to be paving a particular part there. That's county. And then Jacksboro also a part, that's Jacksboro. And so we thought that, I think we got a better price doing it all at one time, everybody, the same day versus.
I just didn't know if you knew when.
The Y?
Yeah.
Sometime this month. So
Sometime.
guaranteeing it'll be sometime this month.
We was going, correct me if I'm wrong, David, we were trying to get the Y done with Dennis very soon. We was trying to get it done in the last budget, as a matter of fact. And what happened was Jacksboro also has to pave that road because it's a bad road. And so they felt like everybody, and we got a little bit better discount. I think, how much did it drop, David, for us combining from the first estimate we got?
It was about $10,000.
About a $10,000 savings doing it with everybody else at the same time. So whenever Jacksboro and Dennis Potter's ready, we actually didn't know that Y was ours until it was tore up. Then it became ours. You know how that is. So, but anyhow, that's what's on schedule, and I'd love to see the road paved out by the school. Now we got some estimates on that, just estimates. We didn't take any bids on it yet, but that's on the list next. I think it was somewhere around $79,000, $75,000 to do that. So it's definitely a priority, especially with the kids being there. Thank you. Any more citizens input? All right. Communication from the mayor. Maybe some old news, but just let us know, Travel Centers America is going in at the 141, and then we had another commitment, Hess active, and they have bought all the other property on the other side of the interstate. So now we're going to have 2 major truck stops up there along with Pilot. my understanding, there's supposed to be about 4 restaurants involved with those truck stops. So it's a win for Caryville. We've got they're supposed to be working also on that road up there in the industrial park. They've been working on that deal. The state give us money to do that. I think it's $4 million to pave the road and to fix it up at the 141 going into the industrial park. And my understanding, they're working on it. Although when you go up there, a lot of times you don't see people. I've called the state a couple times, and they said that they are working on it. So the progress is slow, but hopefully we'll have that road fixed up there soon. And $4 million is a lot of money. The town couldn't have done it without the state helping us. So that's a lot of work done on that. Just one thing short, just congratulations to Campbell County Cougars, first time 3-0. That's pretty big news around here, and so they're doing a good job up there. And I talked with some of them the other day. They were real excited about it, but congratulations to them. So, all right, council member reports. Glenn, you go first.
I'll go first. Planning Commission met Thursday night, and we had to elect a new chairman because our chairman is leaving at the end of the year. Mr. Warren Kidd already decided that he wants to retire. He put up 20 years here, and I think it's time and he wants to step aside. We hate to see him go, but we have Janet Lawson was elected as chairman of the board, and so she will follow Warren there. And Warren's going to stay with us till the end of the year. So we got some things coming up. He's going to be valuable assets to him. We hate to see him go because he's got a lot of knowledge over the years, and he's been he's the longest member been here, and we hate to see him go. But he's on the county planning commission from Caryville, so he would still be working for helping us out a lot of input there. And then I met with Senator Yeager and Representative Parrish at the 141. They're going to try to get some trees cleared around the interstate up there, on both sides there. And they're looking just over here at the 134 and see if they can get that cleared. If it's not a wetland, they may be able to go in there and clear that. But consider a wetland, they will not be able to touch it because of the standards that set by wetland standards. And I got one other thing from Frank Wallace here on the rent and the electric that they pay each month. This month is $651.80 that they pay to the town. That's all I've got.
I just want to say I'm proud Matrix is making their expansion. We read about it in the paper. We talked about it for several months, and now it's finally happening. So just proud of that. And of course, like the mayor said, they are starting on the road up there. And so hopefully soon, before all those others start building, that we'll have a nice looking 141 exit up there.
Yeah. It's growing. Thank you.
We picked up 49 ton of garbage, 5 ton of recycling, 4 ton of brush. Mowed throughout the city, mowed 141 and John McGee Industrial Park roads, picked up brush throughout the city, finished digging off the bank on Bruce Gap Road, the blind spot was. Cut overhanging limbs, weeded throughout the city. That's all that.
All right. Appreciate that. Sounds like a busy man. Let's see. Lisa. Alan?
Yeah. We've actually had a pretty busy month. From August 12th to September the 8th, auto accidents with injury. We had 4 men, 1 error. Auto accident without injury, 3. 13 men, 3 errors. 2 brush fires, 12 men, hour and a half. A truck fire, 10 men, 2 errors. We had a chemical leak. Had 1 chemical leak, 6 men, a half hour. We give mutual aid once, received it twice, 2 men, 2 hours, set up landing zone twice, 7 men, 1 hour. False alarms, we had 5, 28 men, 2.5 hours. And assisted EMS once, 4 men, a half hour. Total calls 17, total men is 86, and total man hours was 167.
It was a busy month.
Yeah. And I would like to say that I do appreciate all the firemen, appreciate what y'all do. And Eddie, if you will, let the other guys know that on behalf of the city, we thank you.
Mark?
The only thing I've got is the first two on new business.
You talk about that tournament they have. Well,
well,
that'd be next month.
Well, I mean, they actually did have a children's tournament, benefit the children's home, or what used to be called Reaches, but now it's branched off and it's separate. But they had a weekend tournament and went down there a couple times. It was always full, so I appreciate Russell helping get that lined out, helping take care of that. And so anything that we can do to help fund those kind of situations, I think it's in our best interest. So other than that, we had talked about some softball, men's and women's softball, but after they got lined out there, there wasn't enough teams that wanted to play, so they didn't do it this year.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
road department, running it, new business.
Is it on the list?
No, it ain't.
We'll just add to it after we get the commissioner's report, just remind them that all of
Okay.
it. And then, like Mark, the police department had 430 complaints, 10 arrests, 18 escorts, 18 citations, 6,500 miles patrolled, 2 drug arrests, 3 DUIs, and 21 accidents. So it was busy in the police department also, and we got down to quite a few police officers there. So we appreciate the work that they done. All the ones that put in the extra hours. I know that they've been working a lot of hours. We've had some people off. So, and we've got a new dad. Albert's a new dad. So congratulations on that. Good time to be off. We went fast. All right. Any old business?
On the police officers, are we back up to covering our own night now?
Yeah. Yeah, we just got, we got real low there at one time, but it's worked out pretty good. They've been doing that for a while. How long have you been covering this shift again, like were?
I think we've had it about a month now.
Yeah, about a month. So, but we did, we reached out to the sheriff's department, told them that we appreciated their work and their help when we was down with some people out. So they really helped us out, and we appreciate their efforts, our police department and the sheriff's department working together. And they told me that they still come down here and patrol just because it's part of the county. So they're helping us, so we do appreciate the sheriff's department also. All right, new business. So sorry.
I
Okay.
just want to remind everybody, don't forget Louie Blue Festival, September 28th, at the end of the month.
September
28th.
It's a big deal.
It is.
It's a big
And
deal.
it brings a lot.
It brings a lot of money to Caryville, and so
It's advertised statewide now.
that's 2 days. You want to talk about the bluegrass part of it, or?
I'm not involved in the sheriff's office.
Oh. Okay. Well, I think.
Friday night, they usually have a bluegrass.
Yeah, they're having, the Louie Blue Festival this year is having, of course, they have the regular festival for the blues, but Friday night they are having special singers down, and they are selling tickets to that. And I think you can actually, I think it's at Rickard Ridge, and you can buy a table for $25. So there is tickets on sale. Now, hey, you got some tickets? They bring some by. I think they said
Is it
this
those
going.
blue tea? No, that's just
No.
steel pine.
Like they said, they're gonna bring some tickets by here, so if you like bluegrass, it's supposed to be a good thing, so, come out and see the Bluegrass Festival and then come back Louie, the following day. It's been great for our community, so if you get a chance, come out the 29th, 28th, 29th. Anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
We discussed maybe doing some things to the building,
Yeah.
updating the building back a few months ago, so I'm just bringing it back up. You know, I think we need new flooring for the building. I know we haven't renovated or done anything in years, probably
Yeah.
since it's been built. The ceilings need some touch-up, the walls, and so just wondering where we are on doing something like that since we're a little money ahead.
Yeah. Well, we put it in the budget to do some things with that money, but I don't think it was ever mentioned since we made the budget out. So, of course, that's been 2 months. This will be the third month we're going into, so that's the first mention of it since we made the budget out. So, you want to add that to the agenda tonight, or research that,
Or next time.
Or next time,
Just
okay.
be thinking about what
Thinking
everybody would
about
like
it.
to do, suggestions and ideas, I guess, what we'd like to prioritize to do in the building, that kind of thing.
okay. Anything else? It's okay. Anybody else got any other business? All right, new business. We need to go ahead and get a motion to add the roadblock.
Yeah, the roadblock for the 21st, it's on a Saturday.
The 21st
District.
for MS.
Mhm.
And our police department, or fire department, I'm sorry, our fire department's gonna put that on, and give all proceeds to the MS Foundation.
Yes, Muscular District,
Yeah.
Oh.
MDA.
MDA.
The 21st.
Is that just gonna be in the morning, Eddie, or all day, or?
No, it's probably around 12 o'clock, something like that, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, whatever they wanna do. Because for a good cause. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and add that to the agenda. Did you make it in the form of a motion?
Yes, I'll make that motion.
Can we get a second to that?
Second.
Second. To add it to the agenda. We can call roll on
Mr. Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Heatherly,
Yes.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Ms. Crawford, Alan Smith,
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
that. Yes. All right. So we've added that to the agenda. All right. New business. The second reading of ordinance 2013-05, and that was from the last meeting that we had, that a budget amendment.
The first item on that budget amendment was the street aid fund, we have account 43100-940 machinery and equipment. They had to add for the arm for the mower, so that's why we had to increase that total. And so the drug fund, which is 42129-320 operating supplies, the $2,400, it was added also, and that was just kind of moving around the money for that also. So with that being said, I make a motion that we approve the second reading of ordinance 2013-05.
Okay. Motion's on the floor to approve 2013-05.
I second that motion.
Motion has been made and second Any discussion on this? Okay, call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Miss Crawford, Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. And then the first reading of ordinance 2013-06.
If you look at your printout here, the first item for 2013-06 ordinance, first reading is 42420-148. That's the building inspection training. This was training that our building inspector had to go take in order to be able to get up to where he needs to be. And so that was a budget increase, $400. Recreation water, 44400-242 recreation water. Originally budgeted was $1,261. It actually increased $1,500.84, and the year end was $2,845. Street lighting, which is tourism, 47210-247. Street lighting electricity originally budgeted was $53,000 for electricity. Budget increased to $5,047 for a final of $58,047. The street lighting repair, we originally had a budget of $500. It increased to $7,144. That was also included under the category tourism, but 472-0265. And so the year-end budgeted for that ended up being $7,644. So that fund balance difference was $14,175. The year-end budget $373,578. The $7,000 just for that was just for the lighting that we done on McGee, and then also the pole over here, and so. And I think the electricity, not only here, but it had went up. I know it seems like, I know they had talked about some rate increases, so that's the only thing I can contribute that really to, the lighting part.
What about the water? It's kind of,
Well, I think-
we had budgeted.
That is true. That is true.
Is that,
I think it was just because it was down there more than what they had originally thought they was going to. I think they ended up playing more games at Caryville Field than anywhere else in the county. Because up in Follett, they had 3 fields that was available to them, but they only had the 1 field down here. So they ended up with more games at the Caryville Field than each one of the La Follette fields did separate. So that's the only thing I can contribute that to. Our electricity was up a little bit more down there also, but other than that, that's the only thing that we can contribute to.
I mean, I can see electricity, I just thought that was a lot for water.
Yeah.
We don't have a leak or anything over there, do we?
Well, I asked Russell over there, and he's checked, and we couldn't find any leak over there. But I do know that from time to time, if there's a water spigot that's on the outside, that sometimes it'll be running. And so I told him we need to see about maybe putting a different type on there that you can't just turn on all the time. But for the most part, I think it's just for the more games that we had down there this year.
On the lights, where the lady hit the pole, did the insurance reimburse us on that?
I don't know that they ever sent a check.
I've never seen one.
I don't know that the lady
I didn't.
even had insurance, to be honest with you.
She didn't.
There's a police report filed by someone.
Yeah.
But she didn't
She didn't have.
have insurance. So we was going to have to,
I was thinking our insurance said that they would pay it, and then they would go fight her insurance.
Yeah,
And
that's
they-
what I thought you said.
they probably will. And then if they get anything, then they'll send it to us. But, that's probably what we're waiting on is the check to come.
Somebody probably needs to follow up just to John.
On the insurance,
Yeah,
they reimburse you first, and then they go after it.
Right.
Yeah, we should
It's been several months.
have got that paid for that.
But I'll check on that and see if we can get back and give you an update on that. So I'll make a motion that we approve that 2013-06, first reading.
Motion on the floor to approve 2013-06.
I'll second.
Second the motion. Any discussion on this? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith.
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Miss Crawford. Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Third on the agenda to approve to bid out the annual cleaning contract. Cleaning contract's up, so we're gonna put that out for bid. We probably need to go ahead and vote on it.
I'll make a motion that we put it out to bid.
Motion made to put out the bid. Is a second on that?
Second.
Second the motion. Any discussion? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith.
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Miss Crawford. Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Board approval for Brian Kenton
Keaton.
to continue as a temporary employee with the police department. We had, as I was saying earlier, there at one time we had 3 police officers out. Also another one, their child was sick. They had to go to the hospital, have some surgery. We had one that had turned his resignation in. So basically we was down to about 2 police officers. So Brian is a temporary that we're going to keep on to get their, I'd like to keep on, that's what the police department wants to do, keep him on to get through all their vacation time that they have to take. Because now whenever we have one out and we get down to 4 officers, it's just a lot of overtime. I mean, they put in a tremendous amount of overtime during the shortage. And so that's the chief's recommendation. So I'd like to get a motion to that effect.
I have a question.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
How long, how many hours a week can we work on temporary?
I'm not really sure,
It's not,
since it's temporary instead of part-time.
there's a difference, I think.
It was kind of as needed,
Okay.
you know, whenever we have people that's out, and he understood that, you know. There may be times that he gets over, and then there may be times that it's a temporary position.
I'll make a motion to keep it on temporary.
All right. Motion has been made to keep on temporary.
I'll second.
All right, let's get it going. Any discussion on this?
Yes. How much are we paying him an hour?
I think it's the, whatever we start the other police officers.
Yeah.
I think on that temporary, I think you can work in like 40 hours. Part-time is on like 20 something.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Well, not really sure about the health situation, how all that fits in to that equation. We're trying to find out that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're not paying
We're looking at-
insurance, right?
No. Yeah, I think that the city can work in 40 hours, but under the new reform bill, I don't know how that, you know, we're trying to find out right now, so. Okay, any other discussion on this? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith.
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Miss Crawford. Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, approval to buy a police vehicle. We put that in the paper for bids to be taken nobody bidded on it. We have a state contract that we normally go with on state contract, get a deal. However, it being September, we can actually get a little bit better deal on a vehicle than the norm. Stephanie went ahead and called these people because we didn't get no bids. She went ahead and called, got information, got 3 estimates. And Albert, do you know who this one is that is the, it doesn't have a cover sheet with it, it's the lowest?
I've not seen it. The lowest one was, as I know, it's Ray Varner.
Ray Varner?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 3, and that's the lowest, and that's actually coming in below the state estimate. We put this in the budget, also at budget time, to, look at getting a police car, but we had an accident, was a couple cars that were both totaled out, and the insurance money that we got from them is going to go toward this car. And then with we can also, we checked on, we can use the drug money, should be able to buy it. So we're in good shape on it.
How much did we get out of the insurance on those other 2?
I think around 14 and 7. Is that right? Yours around 14, 7.
One is 14.5, the other one was just under 8,000, like 7,008 or 7,900.
So we're pretty close to right there, but
So we're 2 out?
We're down to, yes.
Yeah. You know that?
No?
Mr. Police Officer Bruce was the last person to wreck his car. You remember that?
I remember that, but I don't know that.
John?
Yeah. Then Johnny's was totaled from water damage, just everything, so. And his was a newer car. Johnny's was it was newer. And the other one we had for, how old was the other one,
It was
Albert?
an 08 model, and I'm pretty sure the city bought it new. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, I wasn't here then, but yeah, they did buy it new, so they've had it for a while. And it was on its last leg anyway, so.
So you're gonna place 2 vehicles or just one?
No, just the one. Just the one. Then we'll look at replacing the other one when we need it. That's all we need right now.
So this gives us 4.
How many will this give us?
Right now, if we purchase this one, it'll have, should be 4, let's see, mine, Jim's.
Be 5.
Be 5 altogether, and that's, the Officer Keaton, he'll be driving the Cherokee, I believe, the Jeep.
So we got 5 plus
The West-
We'll have 5, and that'll be running, the Chief's Explorer that she's in right now, that'll go down to patrol, and she'll get this new vehicle, and then, everybody else should be in a car, and then Officer Keaton will be in a Jeep when he does work. But it will be 5 altogether. 6 will count if you want to count the Jeep. I never counted it
Yeah,
before.
6 if we count the Jeep. But we have a couple officers that don't fall in the range of taking the cars home. So,
Oh, everybody down?
no, there's a mileage that we have that if you live so far, you'll take the car home.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That was like years ago.
I didn't realize where you live.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so, need to get a motion to accept this bid, and it's $26,242.70 from Ray Varner is the lowest bid.
Motion.
Motion has been made. Can you get a second on that?
I'll second motion.
Second the motion. Any discussion on this?
Is it gonna be striped?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Line?
Yeah.
I think all our vehicles should be striped and marked. Right, but I just don't like vehicles not being marked out there.
Right. I think all of our vehicles are striped and marked and lights and everything now, so. So it will be, yes, it'll be striped and, yeah.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I just like a vehicle with straps leaving. They pull us-
Identify. Okay. All right, any other discussion? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Miss Crawford. Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Okay. Approval to bid for pickup truck for the fire department. Eddie, this is in your budget package that we had passed this year already. They had it in the budget the previous year. You just didn't buy anything, so we carried that money over and added some to that. I think it's
$20,000.
$20,000
What we got?
to get a truck for the fire department. That is it, 4-wheel drive that you're looking for? Okay, so we need to. I mean, it's in the budget. We need to go ahead and get a motion to the fact to put this out for bids.
I'll make a motion. We put this out for bids.
Motion has been made. Can I get a second on that?
Second.
Second the motion. Any discussion? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Miss Crawford. Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes, ma'am. And then, thank you very much for that. Approval for the sanitation department to purchase 2 rear tires for the garbage truck, each at $350.28, totaling $756. So the garbage truck needs tires. We need to go ahead and buy some tires and get it done. So you want to put that in
I'll make a
motion?
motion that we buy tires for the garbage truck at $700.06.
Motion has been made to buy the garbage truck 2 tires for the rear, $756. Can I get a second to that?
Second.
All right. Any discussion on this?
So they're gonna purchase them, man.
Doyle was cheap.
Any other discussion? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Miss Crawford. Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Just, okay, number 8 on the agenda to approve 2 invoices for the amount of $510 to Derek Westrum for the plumbing inspection of Dollar General and the Holiday Inn Express. Now, this is our inspector that we have with the city that does the plumbing. Nelson doesn't do plumbing, so he has to come in and do that part. That's a new state regulation that the state came up with that they wanted it done, so we did have to have him on staff. So we need to pay him for the work that he's done, and it's $510. Can you get a motion to that effect?
I make a motion we pay the invoices for the plumbing inspections.
Okay,
I see.
second the motion. Any discussion on this?
Is that 510 for each inspector or just one?
Each one.
That's what I said.
Yeah, two.
My folks not working.
Any other discussion on this? Not? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Miss Crawford. Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mark Stanley.
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. Okay. Number 9, discussion Airmark Uniform Company. This, you want to take this one?
Yeah, this was the uniform company that they got uniforms from last year. They had signed a contract on that. This year, we thought we could get out of the contract, but we can't. But I've been talking to the company, well, Jay at this company, and he's agreed to come down 50%. And I talked with Reed, and Reed said that would probably be the thing to do since they're ready or wanting to work with us on it. It would cost us, I'm not sure exactly, but it's over $1,000 to get out of this contract.
Yeah.
So I like to get out of it because they're actually higher per year. Their uniforms are run almost $2,000. We only budgeted $1,500 to the street and sanitation department for uniforms. So we'll go in the hole if we stay with this company. And I know this company well. I've had dealing with them before. And they're conniving. I don't like them. So
Okay.
I make a motion that we get out of this contract,
Pay the invoice.
pay the invoices.
Motion on the floor to pay the money to get out of the uniform company contract that we have. It's around $1,000. That's what I was told if I read it.
Yeah.
Somewhere there
Yeah, I
about.
don't know exactly what it is, but it's somewhere in there.
We need to go ahead and pay it to get out of it though.
So how much difference in it per year is it gonna cost? How long to make up this $1,000?
2 years.
So 2 years.
Yeah. We go ahead and get a second and we'll discuss it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I get a second? You want a second?
You was discussing, so I thought maybe.
No, I just wanted to tell them what was going on. Do you, anybody want to second that? Second, go ahead, please.
I was just wondering, I think you answered the question, was how long would it take to make up the difference in that $1,000?
2 years.
2 years.
And we still got 4 years left on the contract.
Okay.
About how long was the contract signed for?
5 years.
5 years?
Yes. That's, Reed said that was just, he's never heard of that before.
That's a long contract.
David, you guys have new uniforms now, and you had these. Did you guys didn't like the other uniforms either, did you?
The rental company?
Yeah, didn't like them.
Oh, their service was
Awful.
bad.
And I think city lawyers said that because we did not complain during the time that we had the uniforms, because we didn't do that, we're not allowed to get out of the contract. So that's why we're paying out. If yins would make the complaint, of course I know yins aren't like that anyhow, but that would have helped to get out of it. But yins haven't been satisfied with them since you had them, have you?
No.
I just want to make sure yins is happier. All right, any other discussion on it? Okay, yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry. I didn't see you. What?
Do we have anything in writing? Because I don't want this company to come back and say, oh, no, I didn't say $1,000. Do we have anything in writing from them
Not-
saying the buyout is that?
Not yet. Because Reed's not here, I've not had a chance to.
Yeah. I talked to
Think we
Reed
should
today,
wait then till we
and
get something
Reed
right.
said that he talked to the guy, and he said, whatever is left on the contract, you know what's left on the contract, Pat? David, you know what's left on the contract? How much it is?
What, years or money?
The money. Do you know?
No.
I've got that, I don't have the papers with me, but I've got all that information, but it's quite a bit.
I don't want them to stick us with that. I'd like to have something
There
in
was a
writing.
figure, there was a figure of
It's
$5,000.
over $5,000.
I was gonna say, it
What's
has to be
left on-
double digits.
It's over $5,000 on the
Yeah.
contract.
5,000.
And they wanted $2,100 just to get out of the contract, for us to get out of the contract. But I talked with Jay, and he said he would split that difference with us. Jay is one of the representatives for Armar. But no, we don't have enough to
I'd like to get out of there, but I'd like to
Yes.
see it in writing.
I would too.
Well-
Read this should be.
Yeah.
He's here.
Well, he's not here tonight. I agree with you. I know what you're saying, yet they want their money. They've not been
Don't pay
paid,
until
so,
they agree.
well, the other alternative is if we don't pay them, they're gonna turn us over to the collection
How long has it been
agency,
since they
so.
paid them?
About at least 2 months.
Yeah,
Where's this, where we bringing this money, getting this money from to pay this $1,000? I mean, is it coming out of general fund or,
It'll
I mean,
come out
have
of
to
your
come out of our
uniforms.
fund.
Yeah.
right?
mhm. Well, all I know to do is just vote on them. I mean, they need the money. I mean, that's just, vote for you. Any other discussion? Call roll.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly,
No.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Miss Crawford, Alan Smith,
Yes.
Mark Stanley,
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes.
Then they'll stick us.
All right. Next discussion, number 10, the MDA roadblock by the fire department on the 21st. Oh, did you have one on your? I don't have that on mine. I just got 9. You
That's what we
got-
had.
Sorry about that.
You got 9 too? What you got?
No.
Sorry.
That's all right.
That was added later.
Okay.
Y'all must have got one that I put in earlier.
Okay. This is on the original document. We don't have it. We'll go off this and then, well, we'll just go ahead with the NDA roadblock because I had it down at 10. And then we can add
Okay.
the other one to the
Oh,
agenda
okay.
at 11. It's no big deal. Can I get a motion to let them have a roadblock?
I'll make a motion with that in there.
Second the motion.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly,
Yes.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Miss Crawford, Alan Smith, Mark Stanley,
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Okay, yes.
Sorry about that.
We do have, we didn't get the revised version, but that's, there was a number 10 on there. And it is, which would be 11 now, is approval to advertise, to bid the salt for the street department for the upcoming winter. So, it's time to do that. We want to get that in form of motion, let them bid for that. It is approval to advertise to bid for salt for the street department.
Motion.
Motion made. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion?
How much you gonna bid it?
25 times.
25? You think that's gonna be enough?
Yeah,
We had some left over, didn't we, last year?
I've got that over, so.
Any other discussion? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly,
Yes.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Miss Crawford, Alan Smith,
Yes.
Mark Stanley,
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
Yes. All right. All right. Nothing else come before council at this time. Like that. Your motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor of that, say aye. Motion made and carried. Oh, I'm sorry, I got yours. Hearing to order at this time. Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Here.
Miss Heatherly. Here. Mr. Lawson,
Here.
Alan Smith,
Here.
Mayor Stanley.
Here. Okay, the first one on the agenda tonight is the Philco's House of Tobacco. They come before us to get the beer license permit. I think that the chief has already checked all these out, Albert.
To my knowledge, she has.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
okay. Yeah.
Stuckey.
Yeah, that's right. I looked at them earlier and then I just put them back. Okay, so can we get a motion to grant them a beer license at this time?
I'll make a motion we grant the license on recommendation from Stephanie that they'll be getting the license.
Okay, motion has been made. Can I get a second?
I'll say.
Second the motion. Any discussion on that? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
No. All right, consider issue beverage permit license to Rocky Top Market, 919, located on 120 John McGee Boulevard. Can I get a motion to grant them beer license?
I'll make a motion, we grant them their license.
Okay, motion has been made, grant their license, Rocky Top Shell,
I'll second that.
or Rocky Top Market. Any discussion on that? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
No. Consider the issue beverage permit license to the Dollar General Store. And that is on 306 John McGee Boulevard. Need a motion to grant them a beer license.
The dollar store, the one we're on.
Yeah, Dollar General, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we grant their license.
Motion has been made to grant their license. Take a second.
I'll second.
Second the motion. Any discussion on this? Call roll, please.
Glenn Smith,
Yes.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Mr. Lawson.
Yes.
Alan Smith.
Yes.
Mayor Stanley.
No. All right. That does conclude the beer board meeting. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Second motion, all in favor, let's say aye. Aye. Ayes have it.